Welcome to Exposed and Broken YouTube channel. We uncover the secrets of love, betrayal, and the choices that change everything.
The room is dimly lit, the flicker of a single candle casting long, dancing shadows on the walls. The air is thick with tension, the faint hum of cicadas outside the only sound. A wineglass lies shattered on the floor, red wine pooling like blood on the wooden planks. Ethan, 19, disheveled, shirtless, sits on the edge of the bed, his hands trembling as he grips the mattress. His chest heaves, his face pale, his eyes darting toward the slightly ajar door. He looks like he's just seen a ghost or done something he can't take back. From the shadows, Mia, 24, confident, magnetic, steps into the frame. Her silk robe clings to her figure, her hair tousled, her lips curled into a sly, knowing smile. She moves slowly, deliberately, like a predator circling its prey. Mia, soft teasing, "You're not running away now, are you?" Ethan flinches, his gaze flicking toward the door again. His voice is barely above a whisper. "Ethan, this isn't right." Before he can move, Clara, 30, composed but visibly shaken, appears in the doorway. She's holding a half-empty glass of wine, her fingers gripping the stem tightly. Her eyes lock with Ethan's, and for a moment, the room feels like it's holding its breath. Clara, quiet, suspicious. "What's going on here?" Mia smirks, stepping closer to Ethan, her hand brushing against his shoulder. Ethan stiffens, his face flushing with guilt. "Mia, relax, Clara. We're just getting to know each other better." Clara's eyes narrow, her grip on the wineglass tightening. "Mia, stop playing games. What did you do?" Ethan stands abruptly, the chair scraping against the floor. His voice cracks as he speaks. I didn't mean for this to happen." Clara's gaze shifts between Mia and Ethan, realization dawning on her face. Her voice trembles. "Clara, oh my God." Mia tilts her head, her smile widening. "Mia, why don't we all just sit down and talk about this like adults?" Clara takes a step forward, her hand trembling as she sets the wineglass down on the table. "Clara, you've gone too far this time, Mia." The tension in the room is palpable. The camera zooms in on Ethan's face, his expression a mix of guilt, fear, and something darker. 2 weeks earlier, intern, Clara's apartment, evening. The soft hum of the dishwasher and the faint glow of the kitchen light create a peaceful atmosphere. Clara sits at the kitchen table, sipping tea, savoring the rare moment of stillness in her bustling life. The apartment feels serene, almost too quiet. The doorbell rings, shattering the calm. Clara frowns, setting her mug down with a soft clink. She wasn't expecting anyone. She walks to the door, peering through the peephole. Mia stands on the other side, a bright but slightly forced smile on her face. She's holding a suitcase. Clara hesitates, her hand lingering on the doorknob. Mia has a habit of showing up unannounced, but tonight, something feels different. There's something about the way Mia's eyes dart around the hallway, the way her smile doesn't quite reach her eyes, that makes Clara's stomach tighten. She opens the door, the cool evening air rushing in. Clara, surprised, cautious. "Mia, this is a surprise." Mia steps inside, her energy almost palpable. She brushes past Clara, dragging her suitcase behind her. Mia, breezy, cheerful. "I've been dying for a little getaway. Thought I'd crash here for a few days. You don't mind, do you?" Clara forces a smile, though her unease grows. "Clara, of course not. You're always welcome." Mia's arrival is like a gust of wind, sweeping through the apartment and disrupting the fragile calm. She looks around. Her movements, easy and familiar, as though she belongs there. "Mia, this place hasn't changed much. Still cozy." Clara watches her, her unease deepening. Clara, slightly dry. "Yeah, well, I haven't had much time for redecorating." Mia laughs, the sound light and melodic, but it doesn't ease Clara's tension. She sits down on the couch, crossing her legs, and looks up at Clara with a mischievous glint in her eyes. "Mia, so what's new with you?" Clara sighs, sitting down across from her. "Clara, Not much. Work's been busy, and, well, you know how it is. The conversation is interrupted by the sound of a shower running in the background. Mia's eyes flick toward the sound, her curiosity piqued. Mia, someone's here? Clara hesitates, her voice steady despite the prickle of unease crawling up her neck. Clara, Ethan. He's been staying with me since, well, you know. Mia nods, her gaze lingering in the direction of the bathroom. How's he doing? Clara hesitates again. Unsure how much to share. Clara, he's adjusting. It's been hard for both of us. Mia's expression is thoughtful, but there's a sharpness in her eyes that Clara can't quite place. Mia, I bet. The camera lingers on Mia's face, her smile faint but enigmatic, as the sound of the shower fades. The tension in the room is subtle but undeniable. Ethan shifted uncomfortably, his hand tightening on the towel. Yeah, nice to meet you. Mia stepped closer, her movements unhurried. You're taller than I expected. How old are you now? 19. Mia's gaze lingered for a moment before she turned back to Clara. He's grown up, hasn't he? Clara cleared her throat, stepping between them. Ethan, why don't you go get dressed? Dinner's almost ready. Ethan nodded quickly, disappearing down the hallway without another word. The sound of his door closing echoed faintly. Mia turned back to Clara, her smile faint. He's shy. Clara frowned. He's been through a lot. Mia tilted her head, her expression thoughtful. Haven't we all? Interior, Clara's apartment, later that night. The apartment was quiet, the kind of silence that felt heavy, like it was waiting for something to happen. Clara sat on the couch, a glass of wine in her hand, her eyes fixed on the muted television. The faint glow of the screen cast shadows across her face. Mia emerged from the bathroom, her hair damp, wearing one of Clara's old robes. She flopped into the couch beside her, tucking her legs beneath her. Thanks for letting me stay, Mia said, her voice softer now. I needed to get away. Clara glanced at her, her expression guarded. From what? Mia shrugged, her fingers playing with the edge of the robe. Life, work, men. Take your pick. Clara took a sip of her wine, her gaze returning to the television. You can't keep running away every time things get hard. Mia laughed, a low, quiet sound. Says the woman who's been hiding in this apartment for 2 years. Clara's grip on the wineglass tightened. I'm not hiding. Mia turned to her, her smile fading. Aren't you? The words hung in the air, heavy and unspoken. Clara didn't respond, her eyes fixed on the screen, but her jaw tightened. Mia leaned back, her head resting against the couch. You know, you're lucky. You've got this place, this life, even Ethan. You've got something to hold on to. Clara's voice was quiet, almost a whisper. It doesn't feel that way. Mia didn't reply. She closed her eyes, a faint smile playing on her lips, as if she knew something Clara didn't. Interior, Clara's apartment, midnight. The apartment was dark, the only light coming from the faint glow of the street lamp outside. Ethan's door creaked open, and he stepped into the hallway, his footsteps soft against the floor. He paused, glancing toward the living room. Mia was there, sitting on the couch, her legs curled beneath her. She was scrolling through her phone, the screen casting a pale light on her face. She looked up when she saw him, her smile slow and deliberate. Couldn't sleep? She asked. Ethan hesitated, his hand gripping the edge of the hallway wall. Yeah. Mia patted the cushion beside her. Come sit. I won't bite. Ethan hesitated for a moment before crossing the room and sitting down, leaving a careful distance between them. Mia set her phone down, turning to face him. You don't talk much, do you? She said. Ethan shrugged. I guess not. Mia tilted her head, studying him. You remind me of someone. Who? Me. When I was your age. Ethan frowned. I don't see it. Mia smiled, leaning closer. You will. The room felt smaller, the air heavier, as Mia's gaze lingered on him. Ethan shifted uncomfortably, his hands gripping his knees. "I should go back to bed," he said, standing abruptly. Mia's smile didn't waver. "Good night, Ethan." He nodded, disappearing down the hallway. Mia watched him go, her smile fading into something unreadable. Thank you for watching Exposed and Broken. I have been broken by infidelity in my life. Support me to buy a house by watching Exposed and Broken. Please like and subscribe.